What's up, guys? Today's lesson is on one of the most social animals of the sea, the beluga whale. You might know them as the whales that often make those super cute noises, earning them the nickname sea canary. A canary is a type of bird that likes to sing and chirp, in case you didn't get what that nickname meant. Their scientific name is Delphinapterus leucus, and if that doesn't make any kind of sense to you, then allow yours truly to translate. Breaking it down, delphin obviously means dolphin, apterus means without a fin or wingless, and leucus means white. So altogether, it pretty much translates to white dolphin without a fin. A pretty thin description, I'd say. Anyway, let's start by getting into their physical characteristics. Compared to other types of whales, the beluga whale is on the smaller side, only being up to 18 feet long and weighing up to 3,600 pounds. And remember, that's the maximum length, so they're normally even smaller than this, averaging around 11 to 15 feet long. So they're relatively small guys, but most people would say it probably adds to their cuteness. Hey, I'm not saying I don't think it does. I'm on your team. I'm just saying that maybe not everyone would say their smallness makes them cuter. The adult beluga whales appear white, but when they're young calves, they're actually a dark gray. As they grow older and reach physical maturity, their skin lightens until it eventually turns white, making them the typical belugas we usually see. Their beaks are also very small, unlike dolphins whose beaks are much longer. But that's enough about those vile creatures. I'll expose you demons soon enough. Don't think you're safe. Now, the distinguishing feature of beluga whales are those big squishy things on their heads just in front of their blowholes. These round, flexible things are actually called melons, which are made of fats and are able to change shape when the beluga is making sounds. It's actually what focuses and modulates their noises, even their clicks, which are for echolocation. Being incredibly vocal creatures, their various chirps, whistles, clicks, and squeals can all be produced to communicate, letting them convey important information with each other. This melon seems to be unique only to toothed whales and not baleen whales like blue whales and humpback whales. As a toothed whale, belugas have a total of around 30 to 40 teeth, split pretty much evenly along the top and bottom jaws. If they lose any of their teeth for any reason, they're permanently gone and won't grow back, so they'll be stuck with gaps in their teeth for the rest of their lives. Instead of dorsal fins, which would be much more vulnerable to injury caused by ice or heat loss, beluga whales have dorsal ridges that run down the length of their backs. Deeper into their skeletal structure, they also have unfused cervical vertebrae, granting them some flexible necks. This specific adaptation lets them better maneuver through shallower waters to hunt and to escape from predators. Living in cold waters, beluga whales have adapted to this life with their thick layer of blubber up to 5 inches thick, along with their thick skin, small tail flukes and pectoral fins, and the lack of a dorsal fin that I mentioned before. Their blubber can account for up to 40% of their body weight, its function being to keep them warm and to store energy. If seeing a wild beluga whale in its natural habitat was on your bucket list, then I've got some bad news for you. You said they live in cold waters. That could be anywhere as long as it's winter. Yeah, I did say they live in cold waters, but more specifically, beluga whales are found in the Arctic Ocean, not just any place with cold water. But they can also be found in subarctic waters closer to Alaska, so I guess technically the US, along with Canada, Russia, and Greenland. So don't erase seeing a wild one from your bucket list just yet. It's still possible. Beluga whales can be found hanging out around shallower waters, but they've also been recorded to regularly dive around 300 to 600 meters deep to the bottom of the continental shelf. Beyond the shelf, they've been recorded diving over 1,000 meters deep for as long as 25 minutes. I wonder what they're doing all the way down there. Now, unlike me, beluga whales are not picky eaters. They have one of the most diverse diets of any species of small whale. In fact, let me give you a list of their prey. They'll eat various fish species like salmon, cod, and herring, as well as octopus, squid, crabs, shrimp, clams, mussels, snails, and sandworms. I don't even like to eat most of these things listed. Snails and mussels, I spit. Despite being toothed whales, belugas don't really chew their food. Larger prey they catch might be broken down into smaller pieces, but most of the time, they'll simply swallow their food whole. They also slightly tend to hunt by themselves, but being the social animals they are, they can hunt cooperatively as a group, conserving more energy than if they were alone. As for the reproductive habits of the beluga whale, it's suggested that they primarily mate during the late winter or early spring. When a female is pregnant, the gestation period lasts around 14 to 16 months, meaning births occur around the summer season. They give birth to only one calf at a time, which they'll nurse with milk for up to 2 years. They'll only depend on its mother's milk for the first 6 to 12 months. Newborn beluga whales are born dark gray, and as we've learned, they gradually turn lighter until becoming white. The time when they turn completely white depends on the sex though. For females, they'll reach their white color at around 14 years old, and for males, it'll be at around 18 years old. The oldest living beluga whale we know of lives to 79 years old, but sadly, most of them only live to a bit over 30. In comparison to us, where the oldest human lived to 122, that's like if we lived to only 51 years on average, relatively young considering our 80-year typical life expectancy. As I've mentioned before, beluga whales are one of the most social animals in the sea, having very social lives. Can't say the same for me. They generally travel together in small pods of 2 to 25 belugas, but pods of over 1,000 of them have been documented. They don't have a fixed social circle though, so it's common for individuals to move between pods. However, more similar to elementary school cliques, adult males often travel together, while females along with their young will form their own pods together. In these pods, beluga whales will do a lot of things together as a group, even surfacing to breathe together and diving back down. They've also been seen chasing each other like they're playing, and often rub against one another. This childlike wonder and whimsy is something we don't see enough of nowadays. I know this might be hard to believe, but being nonchalant isn't cool. Embrace your inner child and have fun for once. Play tag or something, I don't know. As of 2017, beluga whales are classified as a least concerned species on the IUCN Red List, which is pretty dang good. They're very curious animals and display in the wild towards humans, being seen swimming alongside boats in the ocean. But the very humans they're curious towards are the ones who are the causes of their biggest threats. One of the biggest issues is climate change, but it's affecting them in a different way than you'd expect. As the Arctic Ocean gets warmer and the amount of sea ice decreases, more orcas have been spotted in the beluga whales' habitats. Orcas are a major predator of beluga whales, so with less sea ice available, that means less protection from these killer whales. Playing hide and seek won't be an option anymore. Instead, they have to play run for your life, which me personally isn't nearly as fun. Another issue they face is underwater noise, which is caused by shipping and other human activities like industry. Beluga whales often communicate with each other using their sounds, which underwater noise makes more difficult to do, so they'll try to avoid ship traffic as a result. And of course, human pollution is always a problem for sea life. In some parts of the Arctic, they've been affected by industrial pollution, such as in the St. Lawrence River in Canada. Here, some beluga whales were made sick due to the heavy metals and other pollutants in the river. Stupid industry activity. Puh puh, I spit. Anyway, that's about it for today's lesson. Subscribe for more fish facts, and I'll see you next time.